Race 2 for the Demon Tweeks Yokohama Championship is about to get underway. As you can see, we're down here in the Holden area. We've got 28 cars all ready to take to this short Indy circuit around Brands Hatch. And if race 1's anything to go by, it should be a riot. So, Andy, over to you.
Yeah, thanks Anthony, looking forward to this one. We've got some of the same drivers out for this as we had in race 1, and we've got the other group joining in as well, Group A. So it's Jack Coveney and Matt Groh on row 1 together, ahead of Ian Alley and Martin West, then Ben Powney and David Winter, Chris Pike and Peter Wood, Oliver Batten and Gregory Smith round out the top 10. 29 cars once more will take to the track. Groups C and A this is, so we had B and C before, so it's Group C's second race of the weekend, Group B's first race of the weekend, and we have our race 1 winner Ben Powney starting 5th on the grid for this one. Keep an eye on him as the red lights go out. We're away and racing for 13 minutes plus 1 lap. It's another good start made by Ian Alley. He made a good start at the start of his first race, but he can't quite get to that outside line that he used so effectively in race number 1. So it's going to be Coveney on the inside, and around the outside Matt Groh will take the race lead, and as he comes out of Paddock Hill Bend up the hill towards Druids, I think he's just about got in front of Coveney to hold on to the position. Yes, he has. Coveney second, third place for Alley. There is the orange car, Ben Powney, race 1 winner, diving up the inside through Druids, gaining another position as they make their way down the hill. Oliver Batten there tried to make ground on the outside line. Matt Groh leads the way in this fight for third place, and it's all getting quite tight. Martin West, that is, in the black and gold car, running in 5th position. And then number 25, Chris Pike, next in line, also in his second race. In fact, quite a lot of the front runners running within Group A. Therefore, this is Group C, excuse me. Therefore, this is their second race of the day. Back across the start-finish line, and already our first lead change. Let's start counting them, shall we? Because we're going to have a few, I think, and that's Coveney back ahead of Groh. And then we've got Ian Alley there in third, trying to join in as well. Coveney gets the race lead. Now this is where we start to see whether there's some sort of an advantage for the drivers who have already raced today, or whether maybe there's an advantage to having been on the sidelines and watched the race. It seems like it's fairly even match at the moment. Of course, Coveney the leader in his second race, Groh in his first race of the day, and then the majority of those front runners are runners who are in their second race here today and possibly have a little bit better feel for the track conditions, the grip levels. It's very hot out there, and you'd think that with the high ambient temperature and the high track temperature that would equal more grip, but of course it doesn't. The hotter the tarmac gets, the less grip there is. It starts to get almost greasy really when it gets this hot. Up to the right-hander at clearways they go. Now can Matt Groh fight back again across the start-finish line and retake the lead from Coveney? He's certainly close enough to do it. Alley is defending from Ben Powney there, third and fourth, and yep, here we go, another challenge for the race lead. Ben Powney's trying to come through into third place as well, and they're all going to meet in the middle of a Paddock Hill Bend. Ian Alley gets a run on the pair of them, goes right round the outside. Can he take the race lead? It's going to be close. Ben Powney on the inside, Ian Alley on the outside line. They're still wheel to wheel out of the corner, and Ben Powney joining in as well. He's up the inside for third. Who gets the lead at Druids? They're still debating it, but Coveney will just about hang on. Ian Alley slots into line in second, and Matt Groh, the big loser there, he's down to fourth now as Ben Powney elbows him out over the curb coming out of Druids. It's all stacking up though. Again, we've got 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 cars covered by a very, very short space indeed, and they're all trying to vie for those podium positions. Coveney leading the way, Alley second, Powney third, so it's 3 of our front runners from race 1 who have found their way to the front in race 2. There's this battle going on behind Oliver Batten there, gaining a place and then almost immediately losing it again to number 69, Gregory Smith. And then Oliver gesticulating to Gregory even that they should work together, but that's not what's happening. At the front we're seeing teamwork though between Ben Powney and Ian Alley as they both drive around the outside of Jack Coveney into Paddock Hill Bend. So 2 places lost for Coveney, another lead change, that's what, our third already. And up the inside now goes Martin West trying to get past Matt Groh as well. Matt Groh's race really not going all that well here. He's going to try and hang tough around the outside at Druids, get the inside for Graham Hill Bend, which he has done. But will he be able to convert this into 4th position? Looks like he will. And in fact, it is Chris Pike there, the black car with the blue roll cage, that's starting to build a bit of momentum. David Winter there, the white and green car, number 35, he's part of this lead group as well. So they sweep through the left-hander at Surtees, the right-hander at McLaren, and into clearways. This tight right-hander leads back out onto the straight. And who's going to make the first move? Well, it's Powney who's now running in second place, in behind Ian Alley, of course. And he gets up the inside as they come across the start-finish line. And this should be another lead change. Into Paddock they go. Yep, he's gone through. Ian Alley will try to fight back on the exit though, I'm sure. As they plunge downhill, back up Hailwood Hill again. Is there a gap on the inside for him? No, Powney moves over to cover fairly well. Alley tries the outside line, but to no avail. Coveney and Matt Grau still side by side. But Ben Powney it is, our race 1 winner. Coveney, of course, was second in that first race. Then Ian Alley, after a spin up at Surtees early on, ended up finishing only 13th. So really, of all of these drivers, it's Alley, the green and white car in second, who could do with the points, because it hasn't really been the greatest of starts to the season for Ian Alley. Had a 7th place finish last time out at Coombe, that was his highlight. And here at Brands Hatch, the day hasn't started off brilliantly, but there's no doubt that car number 1 is capable of winning races and fighting for the championship. Just needs a bit more consistency, but he's about to lose second place here to Jack Coveney, who goes up the inside of him into Paddock Hill Bend, and that should be a fairly simple move, although it's not, because Coveney gets sideways over the curb, loses momentum, and so Matt Grau gets up the inside of him again. To the outside is going Martin West in the number 94 car. Can't get 3 abreast through the corner. They're going to have to sort this out sooner or later. Well, no, they're still side by side, and it will be Coveney who loses the place. So he's down to 4th now, and Martin West gets up alongside him down into Graham Hill Bend. Wide line in for West. He'll try and convert that into a tight line out, but it's not enough to get himself alongside. Then next in line is David Winter still, and of course these 5 had made a bit of a break over the rest of the field, but that's history now, because their side-by-side antics have really held them up. Back through McLaren again. Martin West now latching onto the tail of Ben Coveney's white, black and fluorescent yellow Locost. Back out onto the main straight again. All of these cars identical, of course, identical chassis, identical engines. And that's what makes the racing so very close indeed. Here's a move being made further back. That's Lee Dolby. Oh, go around the outside, and then 3 abreast situation again into Paddock Hill Bend, and Dolby sideways, and he's in the gravel, and he just about gathers it together, but the places that he's gained, he's now lost. And Lee Dolby, unfortunately, will be kicking himself a bit there. The 88 car now gets up the inside of him to try and pick another play. That's Peter Wood, who actually started 8th on the grid and has slipped backwards a little bit at the start of this race. Right, back with the leaders, and Ian Alley having to defend there quite heavily from Matt Grau into Graham Hill Bend. Ran wide on the exit as a result, but Matt himself did not get a good exit from the corner, and he's now in danger of losing a place to, I think that was Martin West, going around the outside of him. Check back in with that second pack of cars now, and into Paddock Hill Bend, into Clearways, beg your pardon. Peter Hatfield, that is now, who's in behind Peter Wood. And then, possibly that was Jeff Peake behind them, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, 29, Jeff Peake, who is next in line. Back across the line they go. There's Oliver Batten in car number 11. A little bit further up the road, but just a little detached now, aren't they, from that lead pack of 6 cars or so. So it is separating slightly as far as the low-cost race is concerned. To right-hander at Druids underneath the Palmersport Brands Hatch Bridge. Still this battle between Peter Hatfield and Peter Wood is raging on. Oliver Batten here trying to find a way past the number 69 car, which is Gregory Smith, as they go down through Graham Hill Bend. Leaders though are at Surtees. Batten, in fact, now falling back into the clutches slightly, you'd have to say, of Sean Brain behind in the red, green and silver number 8 car. Batten, who was 7th in our first race, he's not quite that high up in this one. Right, back towards the sharp end. Ian Alley here, still defending this 2nd place from Martin West. But look at the way that Ben Powney's escaped. Now, this is interesting because we didn't see anybody in race 1 able to pull any sort of a gap over the rest of the field. Once you do escape the tow and you can get sort of 1 second or so ahead of anybody else, it's very difficult for them to then catch you. And so I think that's exactly what's happened here at the front of the field. Ben Powney's broken the toe, and with these 2 dicing away for 2nd, they're not going to catch him at this rate. Oh, well, if that's not exceeding track limits, I don't know what is. That's Ian Alley, who goes very agricultural coming out of Graham Hill Bend, loses 2nd place for his troubles, and so Martin West picks his way back into the runners-up position, having started in 4th place. Back through Clearways again. Alley, of course, now has the toe, but really these 2 drivers should be working together here to try and close in on the leading pack. On board with Gregory Smith. He's still defending from Oliver Batten, who's around here somewhere. We're hugging the white line, as is the traditional racing line across the pit straight here at Brands Hatch before sweeping out wide into Paddock Hill Bend, except we're not sweeping out wide, which tells me we're defending from battered still. There's your leader though, Ben Powney. Second place is still just Martin West. Third is Ian Alley. And then Jack Coveney and Matt Grouse still dicing away behind. Jack Coveney's race that promised much in the early stages is now starting to unravel slightly. He's still running fourth. He's running wide there, Graham Hill Bend. He's still running fourth position, but under threat from the cars behind more than he's applying pressure to the cars in front, which is not really what he wants to be doing. Matt Grouse was back up the inside there into Surtees, and I wonder whether he was able to make that one stick. Let's look in the background. No, still Coveney in fourth, but all of that side-by-side running is losing them further ground with the cars in front. Grow is back up the inside now, and yet there they go, wheel to wheel, and this could open the door for others behind to follow too. There we go, Coveney now finds himself stuck in the middle because to the outside line goes David Winter. David's not going to get through on the way into Paddock Hill Bend. What about the exit speed? I think Coveney's got that one covered, but he does lose one place. Matt Grow goes through into fourth place again. Jack Coveney back down to fifth. Next in line, as I said, David Winter and Chris Pike to try and find a way past. Oh, McGraw runs a bit wide though, and so Coveney senses a chance maybe to get back alongside, but it didn't really come to fruition. Down to Graham Hill Bend. There was a live snatch, by the way, you can see in progress from Paddock Hill Bend. That's because Jack Johns had gone off into the gravel trap earlier on. We've also lost to Stephen Wright, I believe, in recent laps. And Lee Dolby, who we saw having a slightly gravelly moment at Paddock Hill Bend a while ago. He's also pulled in to retire. That everyone's still running. Back through clearways again, and no change in the order here. It's definitely been a calmer encounter, this one, than we saw in race number one. Across the three low-cost races, it's not uncommon to have one where the drivers just sort of take a breath a little bit, but after a very breathless first race, I'm not surprised in a way that some of the drivers are just taking it a little bit easier here. Ian Alley and Martin West still dicing away over this second place though. They are actually now falling near enough 5 seconds behind Ben Powney, the race leader, as we approach the closing stages of this second race of the weekend for the Demon Tweeks Yokohama Low-Cost Championship. Oh, sideways for Ian Alley, and that's going to lose him momentum surely onto the next straight. Well, actually, sideways sometimes seems to be quite fast in low-cost. You wouldn't think it would be in relatively underpowered cars, but it seems like Ian Alley's got that sideways technique down to a fine art. Clearways, West, despite the fact that he's got the toe down the straight lap after lap, just doesn't seem to be able to pull out and make a move. Let's see if we follow them down the straight now and see if there is any sort of straight line speed disparity. Well, yeah, look at that actually. Ian Alley, despite the fact that West has the toe, Alley is maybe not gapping him, but certainly not being caught. And bear in mind that the slipstream is by far and away the best way to make an overtake sticking low-cost racing. That is what's hurting Martin West's race. Jack Coveney's race has been hurt by the fact that he's lost another place now to David Winter. So Coveney slipping backwards here, despite leading earlier on. Chris Pike there, the black and blue number 25 car, looking to try and get past him as well, just to add to Coveney's misery. David Winter has his eyes forward. He wants to try and take fourth place away from Matt Grouse. They come into Graham Hill Bend. He gets a much better exit from the corner. Matt will have to defend down the Cooper Straight, and here comes Chris Pike, look up the inside of Coveney in towards Surtees, and I think he's going to get him as well. So Jack Coveney's race really unravelling. Oh no, not quite. Coveney actually is able to hang on into the final part of one of the final laps of the race. I think we make either one or two more laps out of this one as they come through across the start-finish line. On board here with Gregory Smith. The last lap board has indeed gone out. So Gregory Smith, I think that's Oliver Batten in front of us now, so he has lost that position. We saw him defending so vigorously early on. Closes in going into Paddock Hill Bend, goes at the inside of Oliver Batten. Oh, there's contact! Oh no! And Gregory Smith into the gravel trap, and a rather unceremonious end to his race. And I don't think he's best pleased about that. You don't have to be an expert in body language to realise that, do you? That was all rather unfortunate. He went up the inside, but the door closed and contact was made. No contact for this man. It's been a much easier time of it in race two for Ben Powney, who is making his way through the final turn, and he is about to see the checkered flag, and he is going to win the second race of the weekend here at Brands Hatch. Ben Powney, his first win of the season, and that will do his championship hopes the world of good. Victory goes to Ben Powney here at Brands Hatch, and then we wait and we wait for a side-by-side battle for second. 6 seconds behind the leaders they were, but Ian Alley does come home second with Martin West third, David Winter fourth, and Matt McGraw in fifth. Chris Pike did get past Jack Coveney in the end, who finished 6th and 7th respectively. Sean Brain was 8th, Peter Wood 9th, and Jeff Peake in 10th. Then it's Oliver Batten. After that contact at the end there, David Mason, Dave Berry, Glenn Boyer, and Barry Stewart rounds out the top 15. Outside the top 20, Kevin Straw, Craig Land, and Keith Malpas, whilst we lost Gregory Smith, Lee Dolby, Stephen Wright, and Jack Johns.
Absolutely brilliant. I wasn't really expecting it after quali. I think I qualified 9th out of our pack of about 45. Kind of thought you could do something around here, possibly if you get a good run, but it's hard to overtake. I thought I'd just give it hell and see what happens, and got a really lucky break in that one. Yeah, I think it looks a lot better than it probably was, because these two clowns behind me were battling the whole race, so it just gave me the opportunity to get away. And yeah, wasn't going to mess that one up, so brilliant.
Second place with such a grid behind you. Congratulations, it could have been easy.
No, it weren't easy at all. Martin was definitely pushing hard. Me and Martin are good friends, and I think he might have pushed. He just let me off a little occasionally because he's my mate, and nobody wanted to end up in the gravel, did we? We just didn't want to be fixing cars, did we, in this heat? Just right, ready for a cider.
Well, Ben was very happy looking in his mirrors and seeing you two squad win.
Yeah, that did him a big favour there, but he deserved the win anyway. I think he'd got it in the bag anyhow.
Well, for now, go and enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
That wasn't easy, but a podium at the end of it, got to be happy.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have the second. I had a couple of opportunities. I could have probably slung it up the inside of Ian, but it was only going to end in tears, and for an extra couple of points it's never worth the risk. So I'll bag what I've got for the time being, and we'll carry on to the next one.